Hey everyone, my name's TSW, and this is a comment that I alluded to on my last video that I just recorded now. Are Edgemasters handguards still used in TBC? The most top rated comment is not at maxed level. Weapon skill is different in Burning Crusade. There's expertise, and there are other gloves with universal expertise to all weapon and with other stats too. Now this bottom portion I agree with, that's factually correct. The top one I disagree with because, well, I use Edgemasters handguards at max level on this Burning Crusade private server. So let me talk to you about why I do that, okay? So one video that I do kind of want to do eventually is what is expertise, but that's further down the line. Let's do some more casual, easy content first and build up the channel as we go that way. At least that's my plan. So expertise, what does expertise do? Well, you have expertise rating, which is what is on the items, and you have expertise, which is on the character sheet. So there's a useful add-on I'm using called Rating Buster, and that tells me that this 17 expertise rating from these Edgemasters handguards gives me 4.31 expertise. Now, add all of that expertise from your expertise rating and round it down, plus any talents like my Defiance as a protection warrior, and you get your expertise. The amount of expertise is telling you your reduced chance to be dodged or parried. So I have 15 expertise, reducing my chance to be dodged, reducing my chance to be parried, both by 3.75. Now, removing my Edgemasters handguards and putting on my fell steel gloves, my regular tanking gloves, that now reduces it by 1%. So my chance to be dodged or parried is now only 2.75. So without Edgemasters handguards is 2.75 reduced chance to be dodged or parried. With Edgemasters handguards, it goes up by 1%, reducing the chance for me to be dodged or parried by 3.75%. So straight away, 1% chance of dodge has been removed, 1% chance of parry removed. So 2% extra chance to hit, okay? Now, what else do we have here? We have hit rating, okay? So with Rating Buster, again, it says 1.2%. So that's reducing my chance to miss by 1.2%. So I have reduced chance to parry by 1%, reduced chance to dodge by 1%, and reduced chance to miss by 1.2%. So in all, 3.2% extra connection with my abilities. That's literally every ability. My white hit, my shield slam, my revenge, my heroic strike all have an increased chance to connect on the target. 3.2%, okay? That is significant, okay? And so what do I compare it against? Let's compare it against my regular tanking gloves, okay, that don't have any hit or expertise. These have obviously more armor. They obviously have more defensive stats. Let me just whisper myself my Edgemasters so that I have the tooltip floating around. So obviously, in terms of raw tanking stats, they are inferior to my fell steel gloves. But what am I really giving up, okay? So unbuffed, I have 15.8k health. Cool. Edgemasters, I have 15.2k health. So I lose 600 health, which, you know, if I'm progressing on an encounter where I can die, yes, 600 health is very useful, don't get me wrong. But if I'm doing things like trash, or if I'm doing an easy boss, something where I don't expect I'm going to die, I will definitely be wearing Edgemasters handguards, okay? Also, I have defense rating. I have bonus defense using the fell steel gloves. 25 defense rating, that's nice, that's extra avoidance, and also I'm getting extra armor as well using Edgemasters handguards. Again, if I don't expect I'm going to die, it's the same principle as losing the HP. I'm losing a bit of avoidance and I'm also losing a bit of armor. But because I only am going to use these against either very threat intensive encounters where I really want the 3.2% chance to connect my abilities, or if it's farm content, I will be using Edgemasters Handguards. Simply because 3.2%. Now that is a lot, okay? People enchant threat on their gloves in the Burning Crusade when it's available. People use hit trinkets, for example. Expertise is a very interesting stat in the Burning Crusade because it not only reduces your chance to dodge and parry, to be dodged or parried, but it also reduces the chance that the enemy will parry haste. In basic terms, what parry haste does is if you parry an attack, you have a chance to attack again more quickly than you regularly would. And that's the same for almost every boss in the game. In the Burning Crusade, there's like 5 or fewer bosses, maybe like 3, 4, that don't have parry haste. Everything else has parry haste. So if you're attacking a mob and you keep parrying, you keep getting parried, the boss keeps parrying you, the boss hits you quicker, almost like they have a haste buff. Well, they do for that single swing. Okay? It depends on how far they are along their swing timer until the next swing, but the simplified version is they attack quicker, okay? And that's not good if you're a tank wanting to not take damage, okay? You can easily die. For example, if you've ever done high gel trash and you've had the NPCs attacking in front of the boss, you just get hit, 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 and you die, just because the NPCs are getting parried all the time. They're just flailing around with their weapons and the boss is parrying and just counter-attacking with the parry haste on you as the tank. Okay, so what else is there to compare it to? We do have some other expertise gloves in the game that we can directly compare it to. So let's start off with Flesh Handler's Gauntlets. These are from a Netherstorm quest. These have 18 expertise rating compared to Edgemaster's 17 expertise rating. Now, expertise is always rounded down when it's the rating with a decimal. So assuming that the extra 0.26 expertise doesn't push you over, the expertise is going to be the same between these gloves. These do have extra strength and agility and stamina. The armor is a little bit less, but again, I'm not going to nitpick too much. So you're basically comparing the 1.2 hit rating of these gloves to the 18 strength and 17 agility. So you can argue that you want the agility more, but if you're not hit capped, basically hit cap is where you want to go for extra threat, extra damage. You know, if you're a warlock, you want to hit that hit rating cap as early as you can, because hit gives you so much damage. It's not just about getting spell power, okay? And we can also compare them to, this is the 2.0 itemization for Grips of Deafness from Kara Trash. These have less expertise, but more agility and more attack power. So they're different stats in different areas. And again, one of the things that I really like about Edgemasters Handguards is that it's a single item. It's just one item swap for big, no nonsense. Edgemasters do nothing apart from 230 armor, which is whatever. It just is no nonsense big threat stats, okay? So in the same way that you might wear a hit trinket for hit rating, like I'm giving up a fair amount of stamina by going for a hit rating trinket. But if you're not hit cap, the hit rating really does a lot for you. For critical encounters like Leotheris the Blind, where you need to be shield slamming to pick up the mob after the threat reset, any farm content where you just want to quickly go through all the trash without worrying about waiting for misdirects, letting the tank build threat, you can just slap on Edgemasters Handguards. I'm not going to die on trash unless somebody messes up catastrophically, yeah? I've got cooldowns. We have done the content before. We're confident with what we're doing. The lack of defensive stats is not a problem, but being able to confidently pull without a misdirect, knowing that my shield slam is much more likely to connect with the target, big threat, and we can just run the dungeon more smoothly. It comes down to, are you going to be disrupted in the raid more so by the tank dying and wanting to have more defensive stats, or are you going to be slowed down in the raid because the tank isn't pulling enough threat? And that's what you need to weigh up, one way or the other. And when you weigh up threat, you want to wear Edgemasters Handguards. And I think that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know them in the description, in the comments rather, and I'll address them in the comments. I'll heart them on YouTube. I'll get them so they're shown, as well as if there's much more to say on this topic, I will do a little write-up in the description. And if there's a huge amount or I've got something completely wrong, I'll do a follow-up video. So if you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up. Any suggestions for future content, please let me know in the description. And if you want to see future... Did I say subscribe already? Anyway, you know what to do. I don't need to tell you what to do. Anyway, with that said, I hope to see you next time. Thank you.